Hey, what's up guys, Tactiholics here, and it is our pleasure to produce to you the Sig 320 X5.
How much you gotta flip a dollar bill like this? Dad, all of your above, I'ma get mine from the grapevine, but this time gon' recognize I'm a OG. Lights off, mic off, I'ma smash on deck. Get my bread when I cash my check. I'm Pyrex, you know me yet, better get ready, cause God has blessed me. I bleed, nothing but trucker, I'm real as could be.
So looking at the 320 X5, there's a whole lot of stuff going on with this gun, and it all operates around the modularity of the fire control unit that the 320 is known for. We have a 9mm Sig P320 X5, 21 round magazines, because 20 apparently isn't enough, so this thing shows the 226 tac ops up in the capacity game. And comparing this to a stock 320, there's a lot of external differences that are obviously very visual. It doesn't look like a normal 320, and there's some internal changes going on too, so let's go ahead and break them down. Looking at the top of the slide here, you see some Dawson precision sights on the front and rear. They are adjustable rear sights. For competition use, this gun was kind of designed to be an incredible option for competition shooters. So you got Dawson precision sights on there with a bright green fiber optic front sight. Works awesome out here in the sunlight. Serves you really well in the competition range. Looking at the back of the slide here in front of the rear sight, the X5 comes milled to accept the Sig Romeo 1 red dot. You do have to take this back plate off, or to take the back plate off I should say, you have to pull the striker plate off, or the back plate of the gun, take out the extractor and some other things. I'm actually going to put links to a lot of these talking points to Alma Cole's YouTube channel. Mr. Cole should be labeled Grand Wizard of the 320. He knows these guns extremely well, and he's got a great video showing you how to mount up your red dot on here. So milled for the Romeo 1, but compatible with other red dots on the market thanks to the Springer Precision adapter plates that you can order if you do have a Vortex or a Burris or a Trijicon red dot on there. So awesome. Looking at the front of the slide, we have a ported slide on here, and that ported slide really just lets the gun track flatter and faster because you're reducing some of that slide weight. Certainly comes into play when you're shooting it. You can feel the difference and see the difference in the sights staying on target and tracking and shutting that slide a lot faster. So outstanding performance on the ported slide. It has a bull barrel that comes in right around 5 inches. So the stock P320 full-size barrel tips in right around 4.7 inches, about 4 3/4 inches. You have an extra 1/4 inch of barrel that's a bull barrel, so that adds a lot of weight to the front of the gun, which helps to keep the muzzle down under fast strings of fire. And then when combined with that ported slide, it's tracking super fast, so the gun shoots really flat in the hand. Moving down, you have ambidextrous slide stop here. It's very tactile on your thumb to lock the slide open. I personally don't use the slide stop as a release to shut the slide, but if you did that for competition use, it's very tactile. It sticks out quite a bit, and it's easy to get to without infringing upon your grip. You don't run a very high probability of manipulating that slide stop when you're shooting accidentally. Looking down at the frame, Sig came out with this frame or something very similar to this frame back in 2015, and they put it on the market at that point in time as what they call the target frame. So this has now been dubbed the X5 frame. This frame is compatible with all other 320 parts, full-size parts obviously, but any fire control unit will fit into here, and this is where we get pretty interesting. So looking at the tang area of the gun, it's cut a little bit higher up and has a little bit more of an extension than your stock 320, allowing the meaty portion of your dominant hand to get extremely high up into the back of the gun, again aiding in recoil management. Looking underneath the trigger guard, the entire bottom part of the trigger guard has been beveled and recontoured, again allowing for a deeper purchase and a higher purchase with that dominant hand. Looking at the top here by the slide release on either side, you can see how they took some material away and they kind of squared it up. So where the original 320 frames have that thumb groove, I think they call it, Alma Cole actually said it very well. If you're putting your thumb in the groove of the stock 320 frame, you probably have an inappropriate grip on the gun. You want to get higher up onto that. So they did away with that and they kind of flattened everything out, giving you a better surface area of contact all the way around the X5 frame. Looking down at the bottom, the X5 has a removable magazine well, aluminum magwell on the bottom. And if you take off the aluminum magwell, the inside of the opening of the frame is slightly more beveled as opposed to the traditional Sig 320 frame, which is very squared off to help funnel in those reloads and accomplish them with some speed and efficiency. One of the noteworthy things you can't see from the outside is inside the back strap of the gun here, there's actually a weight that is removable as well, and that weight helps just seat the gun farther into your hand. The whole gun wants to sit really low in your hand between that heavy bull barrel hanging out, the 5 inches of weight sticking out the front to keep the muzzle down. That internal weight in the back strap of the firearm really wants to help it sit down in your hand, again, for controlling the gun under very fast strings of fire, and which works incredibly well. If this was my gun, I don't think I'd take that weight out, but you do have the option to remove the weight should you choose to do so. And then looking at the trigger, this is a flat face trigger that breaks right at 90 degrees. Clear gun here. So if I bring this trigger back, you go ahead and see that it breaks at a completely vertical position, so 90 degrees. It's a flat trigger. It has very squared off sides to it, so you have a lot of control on this trigger, and the fact that it breaks at 90 degrees, Sig claims that's supposed to enhance your ability to control it even better. I love flat face triggers. This is even better feeling in my hand than the Apex Flatty trigger that's available for any P320 gun. So, and then the internals have been influenced by Bruce Gray. You guys have seen us probably shoot the Bruce Gray action package Sig 320 that we did a while back, and I think internally the functioning of that gun and the precision of that trigger, of the Gray Gun's trigger, it's going to be very minorly better performing, a little bit sharper, a little bit less take up and over travel and reset point, but for a stock gun, the Sig 320 X5 trigger feels extremely good in the hand, and it performs extremely well. I trust my life to Pitbull Tactical because it stands up to the demands that I need. We run our stuff hard, we ask a lot of our product, and Pitbull delivers to our demands. The adjustment, the versatility, it's all there. When the pressure's on and demands are high, make sure you're set up to stay in the fight. So guys, after running and gunning with the Sig 320 X5 all day, I can say that hands down this gun is worth the money. Particularly if you're a competition shooter, out of the box you don't have to touch this thing. Now me not being a competition shooter, I don't know what classification it's going to fall into for what different genre of competition. That's up to you guys if that's your thing, but certainly this gun is money well spent. It has everything that you need in it and then more. I mean, it's optics ready, the magwell, the grip weight, the bull barrel, the outstanding flat face trigger. This gun is ready to rock hard for you. I highly encourage you to go check one out and put one in your hands, a demo gun if you can find one at a shop near you. And if you've been considering the Sig 320 X5, I highly encourage you to purchase one. Just pull the trigger on it, every single pun intended with that. You're not going to be disappointed. Hands down, outstanding gun. One of the things I will say that may serve as an issue depending on what your setup currently is holster availability. Being that the slide is longer on this gun, from everything I've been reading in the forums, is that if your holster has an open bottom, the X5 will fit in there. Being that my pit bulls have a relatively tapered bottom on there, I can't secure the X5 into a full-size 320 holster because of that extra 3/4 of an inch on the barrel. So you might have some issues possibly finding holsters for them, but my guess is now that the gun's on the market, holsters are going to become pretty prevalent pretty much anywhere you look. But the way this thing rides in your hand, awesome. Low, fast, incredibly responsive, great sights on there, and again, just I can't say enough good stuff about this gun. The only thing that is not compatible with the X5 and the other Sig 320s is the magazine, and that's because of the tapering or the beveled edge on the top portion of the base pad of the magazine. It's a little bit different shape, so you can't run the X5 mags in the 320s and you can't run the 320 mags in the X5 without modifying that. And again, I'll link a video from Alma regarding a thorough conversation on the magazines of the X5s and the 320s in general in the description video, or the video description down below. But everything else is compatible, so you really can't go wrong, especially if you already own a couple 320s. You're just adding to the versatility and the compatibility of different frame sizes, even different calibers and stuff like that. So great gun. And lastly, I want to give a huge shout out from the bottom of my heart to Rob and Katie McNarly. We met them a long time ago. They loaned us their XD Mod 2. If you guys saw that review, they were nice enough to give us that gun for quite a while so we could run that. They also gave us the 320 Gray Guns. And in the case here with me today, all provided by Rob and Katie McNarly, is the Sig X5, the 320 Gray Gun, and the Sig P320 RX. So those guys are tremendous supporters of our channel, and we can't thank them enough for giving us the opportunity to get out and run brand new hot rods so that you guys can watch it and hopefully take some useful information away from the video. So Rob and Katie, thank you very much. Everybody else, we appreciate you watching. Please hit the subscribe button down below for weekly videos if you're not subscribed. If you are subscribed, again, thank you for supporting Tactiholics, and we are glad that you enjoy the show. We'll see you real soon, and we never quit.